Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. George Pickens reacts to Garrett Wilson's TD catch, says NFL has vendettas toward certain players. The top story nationally Thursday night was New York Jets WR Garrett Wilson. In Pittsburgh, it was WR George Pickens. For the same reasons, but on other sides of the coin. Jets fans celebrating Wilson's unbelievable touchdown grab initially ruled incomplete but reversed for a touchdown. Steelers fans wondering how it was different than Pickens' touchdown taken off the board Monday night. Apparently, Pickens felt the same. In a now-deleted Instagram story, he vented about the different rulings. Here's an enlarged portion of the photo. For those who haven't seen it, a look at Wilson's catch. And a refresher of what happened to Pickens Monday night against the Giants, initially ruled a touchdown before being reviewed and reversed to incomplete. So what's the difference? Some believe the refs gave Wilson credit for tapping his left foot down twice even though his right foot landed out of bounds. Why didn't Pickens get the same credit? The reason is that's not why Wilson's touchdown counted. The refs ruled that his shin hit inbounds before his knee and body went out of bounds. And in the NFL, as has been a rule since, forever, one shin or knee is equal to both feet. That made it a catch. Now, it is close. But replay review showed his shin inbounds just in front of the back of the end zone. Pickens did no such thing. His knee nor shin ever landed inbounds, falling out of bounds on his butt. That's the difference. 2024 NFL turnover differentials through Week 8. The Pittsburgh Steelers are sitting pretty at 6-2 heading into their bye week. A huge reason is their philosophy of extreme importance in taking care of the football on offense and turning it over on defense. Today, I'll look at and provide turnover differential data, which is takeaways, defensive turnovers, giveaways, offensive turnovers, through Week 2. Pittsburgh ties for second in the NFL with a +10 turnover differential with the Detroit Lions. The only team with a stronger mark is the Buffalo Bills, in first place with an +11 turnover differential. Great company to be in, with all three substantially stronger than the rest of the NFL through Week 8. It has also led to winning, with each squad posting 6 wins to date. Let's dive deeper, looking at giveaways, offense, and takeaways. Defense. The Steelers are one of only 5 teams to land comfortably above the mean in each, along with Buffalo, Detroit, Chicago, and Houston. Funny enough, the Lions have the exact same giveaways, 5, and takeaways, 15, as Pittsburgh. That takeaway number ties for second best with 3 others, Detroit, Minnesota, and San Francisco. Green Bay is the only better team at an impressive 19 takeaways. Pittsburgh's defense has obviously been great in this regard, including 10 interceptions, T2nd, and 12 forced fumbles, T6th. CB Beanie Bishop has come on strong the last 2 games with 3 picks, along with CB Dante Jackson also tying for the team lead at 3. Thankfully, the Steelers have a star edge rusher named TJ Watt, who ties for the league lead in forced fumbles with 4 along with 2 fumble recoveries. These often come in big moments of the game, including the strip sack and recovery in the 4th quarter last week. This was after QB Russell Wilson had an excruciating fumble turnover, where Watt stepped up large in typical fashion, a roller coaster of emotions that sustained the victory. QB Justin Fields had fumbling issues while at the helm, and still ties for the most in the NFL at 6. Hopefully fumbles aren't an issue moving forward with Wilson. Thankfully, luck has gone Pittsburgh's way overall, with 4 of their 9 team fumbles, 13th most, being turned over. The fantastically encouraging element of the Steelers' low number of giveaways through 8 games is only 1 interception, by Fields way back in Week 3. Though Pittsburgh fares very well across the league, one team that has been stronger in the giveaway department, their next opponent in the Washington Commanders. They tie for the best in the NFL with only 3 giveaways. Rookie second overall pick Jaden Daniels has made noise, including just 2 interceptions, impressive for a first-year QB. This means only 1 fumble turnover. Washington has a close number of total fumbles to Pittsburgh with 8, so they have had extreme fumble luck through 8 weeks. But what is coming to town, and if any man can change that narrative, it's him. Here's to hoping that's the case, along with the Pittsburgh Steelers continuing to be one of the best teams in the NFL at creating and limiting turnovers. That would bode well to stacking wins against a very tough remaining schedule. Desperate Steelers front office rumored to be monitoring deadline trade for WR. With the NFL trade deadline just days away, it's not surprising to hear rumors swirling. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at the forefront of rumors when it comes to potentially trading for a wide receiver before the 4 p.m. Eastern Time deadline on November 5. Since trading Deontay Johnson to the Carolina Panthers during the 2024 offseason, Omar Khan and the front office have been looking for opportunities to bolster their wide receiver room. Despite showing interest in players like Brandon Ayuk and Devontae Adams, nothing came to fruition. With less than a week until the sun sets on the trade deadline, NFL insider Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda believes the Steelers are eyeing one of 3 wide receivers, Darius Slayton, Mike Williams, and Courtland Sutton. Each player would add depth to Pittsburgh's stagnant WR room, but what type of impact could they have on the team? Let's examine the 3 rumored options. Of the 3 names mentioned by Pauline in Steelers trade rumors, Slayton has the most speed to win down the field. This would make for an interesting pairing with Russell Wilson, who has already shown he's not going to shy away from launching moonballs down the sideline. Slayton put on a clinic with a 100-yard showing against the Steelers on Monday Night Football in Week 8. We know that Mike Tomlin has some recency bias when it comes to evaluating talent, and preferences for players who ball out against his team. Slayton would be a great fit and would make a ton of sense for Pittsburgh's offense. His speed and ability to win down the field would force teams to play cover 2 and allow Pittsburgh to feast in the running game. While Mike Williams should be the cheapest option of the group, he's also the least satisfying. Acquiring the veteran wide receiver may not cost more than a late-round pick, but that's because he's the 4th wide receiver on a bad Jets offense and he hasn't done anything notable since the 2022 season. Williams suffered an ACL injury after just 3 games in 2023, and it doesn't look like the 6 feet 4 inches wide receiver has much gas left in the tank. At his best, Williams would probably be a better version of Van Jefferson this year or what Pittsburgh had in Allen Robinson II last season. This is a low bar, and because of Williams' inability to create space at the top of his routes and lack of ability after the catch, a low-end WR trade would do nothing more than scratch an itch at the position. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Darius Slayton? Leave your opinion in the comments.